To watch the full unabridged version, be sure to support us on Patreon.
I wonder if Hewy ever got back to his body.
Who are you talking about?
Well, you see... Who's that?
Greetings, Benedict! Want to do another collab?
Who the hell are you?
Well, I'm Hewy Toonmore, host of Hewy's Anime Movie Reviews. Who the hell are you? Someone's badly drawn Hamtaro fan art?
I'm not a hamster, I'm a haggis, you daft!
The Scottish dish made from sheep's organs?
He's a wild haggis and his name's Hammy.
Ah, so you've got a sidekick now, eh, Benedict?
It would appear so, yes, and I see you got your body back.
Yep. Took me 6 years, 11 co-reviews, and a multiversal war in Canada, but I'm finally back, baby!
And I start getting paid again! Yeah!
I'm still taking the money to fix my tooth out of your salary, Kate.
Aw, damn it.
Well, welcome everyone to a pretty bloated edition of Old School Cartoons. Right, so you've come swanning back to my channel. What do you have in mind for a review?
Well, I'm glad you asked. But first, let me ask you. Are you familiar with the works of animator Bill Plympton?
No.
Nah, I don't know him.
Seriously? Have you seen his movies? Mutant aliens, hair high, and cheating? Damn, and here I thought Ralph Bakshi was raunchy.
Yeah, what she said. Though his first film, The Toon, is family-friendly and pretty fun.
So, which Plympton do you have in mind for us to review, Hewy?
It's not one of those your friend mentioned, is it?
Nah, the short I had in mind was the one he released in 2001, simply titled Eat.
Right, okay, let's...
Hey, could I be in this review too? I mean, if your friend's DeviantArt OC gets to be in it, why can't I?
Good point, Kate. Yo, Hammy, mind scooching over to make room for my camera horse?
Well, okay, but...
Nice! Ready for my close-up, baby!
Okay then, let's get started.
Right, roll VT.
The film starts on a rainy evening when a man enters a restaurant and is promptly greeted by the head waiter and the waitress and is taken to his table where he orders 2 meals.
As well as placing a lovely bouquet in the vase on the table. Gee, whoever he's waiting for must be very special.
Especially if they were to date someone who looks like that.
The next people to arrive are a rather suave-looking gentleman and his date, who are also escorted to their table by the waitress.
Meanwhile, the first customer gets 2 plates of spaghetti. And this is where things start getting weird.
Oh no, that's not the weird part. This is.
His date is a plate of spaghetti?
Well, anyway, the real couple in the restaurant place their orders and then...
So I went shopping over here, then I bought a coat and a jacket.
Oh god, I once dated someone like that. He was a moose and all he ever did was talk about oranges.
Finally, their food arrives, but the woman continues yammering on, even while she's eating, and it all flies onto the man's chiseled face.
That's pretty gross.
You were saying? Well, that's going on. A family of 4 enter, with a man, his wife, and 2 rowdy children, as they too are seated.
Hey, you got a little something you're, never mind.
The man actually eats that growth of spinach,
Ew.
and then starts sampling his date's meal, as well as the other orders going out.
Oh, he's one of those types of customers.
He then Oh, sweet Jesus!
Damn, that guy just committed pasticide!
Well, some people will do.
You heartless bastard!
Meanwhile, at the family's table, the 2 kids start getting into some mischief when they start blowing straws.
Oh, how could this get any worse?
Forget a food fight, this is a food war!
You think this is how D-Day went?
Back at the other table, now that the sampler is done with his meal, and everyone else's, he asks for the check but is upset at the cost as he gets into an argument with the waitress over it.
Luckily, the waitress knows just how to deal with tricky customers like this cheap bozo.
Uh-oh.
Bucket for monsieur?
Phew, thank goodness, for a minute there, that could have been really gross.
Psych!
Oh my god!
Now that is how you win an argument with a cheapskate customer.
You go, girl.
Understandably horrified at the sight of all this vomit, the Méthodier desperately tries to get rid of it by...
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Why don't you start?
And then he slips on the copious amounts of vomit on the floor. Reminds me of my college days, honestly. Good times.
Well, the spaghetti woman from earlier seems alive again, as she seduces the lonely man who slurps her up, along with the table, the chairs, and himself.
Well, that's one way of doing dine and dash.
And the short ends with all the diners slip and sliding out of the restaurant as they close for the evening.
But not before the sampler grabs one last handful for the road with the waitress chasing after him.
So that was interesting.
Not to mention strange and disgusting.
That's Bill Plympton for you.
So, Benedict, what'd you think of Eat?
Well, it certainly proves what can be done in animation. Speaking of this, the animation adds to the craziness by providing a very distinct scratchy look.
I personally liked all the different stories going on with all the different customers all coming together at the end in probably the grossest way possible.
My only nitpick with this short is that while we got to see the perspectives of the front staff and diners, I kinda wish we'd seen what was going on in the kitchen, as the cooking staff could have added some more humor with preparing the meals.
Aye, they could have. As it stands, it can be pretty disgusting at times, but it still gets a pretty good laugh, which is why we're giving this cartoon a score of 9 points. So yeah, this is a pretty good illustration, for lack of a better word, of Bill Plympton's animation.
Yep, well, thanks again, Hewy, for this little visit.
You're welcome, Benedict. It was fun doing this with you again, only this time with a body.
And it felt great to actually take part in a review on camera for once.
Anyway, I've got to get back to work on my show, and have a little word with my camera operator.
Ah, damn it.
Well, anyways, I'm Benedict.
I'm Hammy.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Hewy Toonmore.
And stay tuned for the next edition of Old School Cartoons.
So until then,
See you at the movies!
Animated movies, that is.
See you later!